Hello there again, it's me Zelda Hayes, and like I said, I am videotaping by myself, so it's going to be a few glitches, but I'm going to do my best. Today I'm responding to a few topics that I actually have on the website in regards to some emails. I'm going to share with you some very interesting things that was brought to my attention. For the ladies, men have said that, men are saying from the emails I've gotten, that women are not stepping up to their bedroom game. Well, before I go tell you what they're asking for, I'm going to hit them with a couple of things that they may not know, and you may not know either. There are, after doing some research, 10, count them, 10 basic condom usage errors that we are doing. I'm going to share some of them with you, so just bear with me. Like I said, Keeping It Real online magazine is not for children. If you have virgin ears and eyes, don't come over here. This is about knowledge. First of all, this is supposed to be about protection. This is to prevent you from getting an STD, prevention from pregnancy, unwanted pregnancy, but it doesn't always work, and you try to figure out how. Well, I spoke to a couple of GYN doctors. I went to CDC and spoke to a few people. I can't give any names. And I did some research. First of all, men, when you're getting ready to use this, ask yourself a question. Were you foreplaying before you opened up this packet? And I'm going to get a little graphic because I told you, Keeping It Real online magazine, we go there. If you were fondling her vagina, if you were fondling her anal, and this is heterosexual, homosexual, if you were doing any of those things before you opened up this wrapper and you did not wash your hands, and you open this wrapper without washing your hands and have touched this item, you or her are no longer protected. Are no longer protected. You must wash your hands before you put your hands on this, because you have just transferred body fluid to your hand onto the very thing that's supposed to be protecting the both of you. Another issue, men, don't unroll it and then put it on. It goes on first. On first. You'd be surprised how many people that I've spoken to say, well, I unroll it and then I just put it in. No. Most men know to unroll it. Some men don't. So this is for the don'ts. You put it on first and then you unroll it. You have to leave a portion of space out. Some men think it's cute to use the whole thing and just think, oh, well, I've got a big penis, then get a bigger size condom. However, you need to leave at least this much. Yes, it's funny. I told you we're going to go there. But leave at least this much when you have this condom on. You're leaving this much, that little spot that you leave available. I know my hands are greasy, That little spot that you leave available, when you ejaculate and you're thrusting, you're putting more pressure in that little spot, which is why a lot of people don't understand how the darn thing busts in the first place, because you've got, take a balloon and just leave that little bit of airway and thrust it. It's going to pop, so you need a little bit more room with that. But like I said, that's three things, I think. It's washing the hands, it's leaving the amount of space, and it's how to put it on. Secondly, after you've ejaculated and you're coming out, most men have a tendency, as soon as the head comes out of the vagina, they will grab this portion at the end and pull it out. You can't do that. If your penis is inside of this, your hand should be pulling it out from this way, this base. And I'll tell you why. Pulling it out anywhere below this rim allows stuff to seep up from here. So you're pulling it out, but now all of this is coming out and it's on you. So you're still no longer protected. Another thing, once you've taken it out, taken it off, and you've discarded it wherever you're discarding it, and you have not washed your hands again, you are still no longer protected. Because everything that was just in her and you It's now on your hands. Most people have a tendency of taking it off, tossing it to the side, go back, hugging and all kinds of stuff, and then you just spread all this stuff all over the place. But I'm going to tell you something that's going to really gross you out, and I learned this from a GYN doctor who gets a lot of patients that have contacted trichinosis and chlamydia, even though they've used a condom and couldn't figure out why. Well, the problem was after the condom was removed, they continued to foreplay. And he said he knew this because he asked, well, what did you do afterwards? But anyway, you continue to foreplay. This stuff is on your hands. You're stroking face. It's on your face. You're going across the mouth. It's now on your mouth. You're kissing. You're now exchanging still the very body fluid that you're supposed to be protecting each other from. To some people, they're going to be like, oh, this is a bunch of bullshit. Those are the people that'll end up in CDC getting shot in their ass. When you're going to use a condom, you can't just, basically what I'm saying is, you can't just pull out a condom and put it on. There is a procedure. It looks simple enough. It's so simple that we're so excited about getting ready to get in there and get it on. And as Barry Bright just said, you know, ready to see if she going to practice what she preaches or see if he going to bring it to the table like he said he can bring it. That we're not looking at these little things. And these little things can cause a huge damage. It can, you know, you think chlamydia or trichinosis is a small thing. Well, luckily it's a thing that you can get it cured for. But suppose that person has AIDS. Suppose that person has HIV. Suppose that person has gonorrhea. You just don't know. My point is, as funny and as gross as it might have sounded, you have to be careful. Even using a condom, there is a procedure. A very smart thing, women, because men don't like to stop and think, and I'm going to take that back because sometimes we women are so into it, we don't stop and think either. If you kept some unscented wet wipes on the side of the bed, when he takes it out, quickly reach over, hand it to him, give it to him, wipe his hands, wipe your hands. Hands have got to be clean. You can't continue with body fluid on you and think that you're going to be germ free. Now, here's another thing. Just because now he's out of your vagina, don't think that they're, you don't know what the chances. Oh, that's another thing. I'm sorry. Let me back up. When you've taken off that condom and you've tossed it to the side, you cannot lie on top of her or put your penis on her in her vaginal area because you're still having droplets. And those of you can use your imagination when I say droplets. Because you're still increasing the danger of an STD because the semen is still there at the base of your vagina. And you may figure, well, it's just a little bit. It just dropped at the thing. I'll just wipe it off. Wiping it might have just pushed it back in. You just don't know. But people have a tendency of once they take that condom off, they put their leg, you know how the guys do it. They put their leg over you. Oh, baby, that was good. But you still have body fluid on you. If you're going to be safe, be safe. Be smart, be safe, pay attention. Little things can cost you your life. So we're going to leave it on that note for as far as condom. Those are, some very basic things. And it's not advisable to perform fellatio or cunnilingus. And for those of you going, what the hell is she talking about? It's not wise to perform oral sex on either partner once you've taken the condom off without washing up. Because you still have fluid seeping around. That's common sense. Most of you are going, well, that's common sense. I already know this, but what you know and what somebody else didn't know, because we getting these stupid emails. Well, I won't call them stupid. I take that back. I'm sorry, viewers, but we're getting these emails asking these questions, and they're not putting their ages, so I'm not really sure of the age group. But you've just got to be more mindful when you're using a condom. And I heard there is a female condom out there for those of you who like to play around on both sides of the fence. I ain't knocking you. I'm just saying. I'm doing a little research on it. I'm still trying to find it because I heard that they're out there. And I'm going to get it and read the instructions and then go back to my little doctor friend and see what he can tell me about that. Another issue I'm going to discuss today is some of the letters we got from the brothers about the women. I did an interview about 3 months ago and I put it up there. It was about 4 months ago and I put it up on the site. And men say that, women talk a good game, but they are not bringing anything to the bedroom, that they're laying there enjoying what he's doing. A couple of brothers' biggest complaint, what I found out, was this. It's not that the man did not want to go down on you. Yeah, I'm going to say it again. It's not that he didn't want to go down on you. Women, if you want the gatekeeper, if you want the key master to hit the gate, you got to make sure the gate is ready. You cannot have a bad flora. You cannot have so much hair. I told you I was going there, so just keep laughing because we're going to go there. If you really want the great oral sex experience from your man, I'll go to the women in a few minutes, but if you really want that great experience from your man, shave at least that area on the top of the clitoral area. That small, that little V, go down to that little V section and just shave that area. Men are complaining about that. Another thing men are complaining about. Women, we go to these passion parties, and I'm not trying to stop a person from making money, but when you're using those chemical-based flavored lubricants, it's leaving an aftertaste that the men are not thrilled with, and that is why they don't want to go there. So, I won't post anything that I haven't used myself, so I'll tell you a little trick that I use, and my husband does not complain. Excuse me, I said I'm just getting over the flu. I apologize. Let me just take a little bit of water. Just to be a minute. Bear with me. Light a cigarette or something. I want you to get you some strawberries and some pineapple and a kiwi. Just a small portion, and I want you to blend it really, really well. But before you blend it too well, what I want you to do is go to Everman's or wherever you get your organic stuff and get you some organic coconut oil. Take about 2 tablespoons and mix it. Depends on how much fruit you use. What you're trying to do is make a paste. And you're going to blend this in your blender to the best of your ability to where it's like a smoothie, but you can feel the coconut oil. If you're feeling sticky, you don't have enough coconut oil and you've got too much fruit. That's strawberry, pineapple, and kiwi. And the reason why I use those 3 fruits is because the acidic and the alkaline balance, they balance with those 3 fruits. Any other fruit I don't know about, but I know as far as those 3 fruits, you can balance out your acidic and your alkaline without giving yourself an infection from having too much acidic in your vaginal area. If you, like I said, if it's too sticky, add some more coconut oil. You want to blend that bad boy up as much as you can, as liquefied as you can. And beforehand, you want to coat it down there. And yes, you can take 2 fingers, and yes, you can put it in some. And it creates a lubricant because of the coconut oil, so it's easier to get in. But as far as oral sex goes, it's the greatest flavor in the world. There's no aftertaste, and he won't complain. My husband didn't complain. I'll put it like that. And I don't think your man will complain, or your woman will complain for that matter. Men don't like the aftertaste. You can taste the fruit flavored in a lubricant that you've purchased from a store or passion party, but the taste that it leaves on the tongue, and I've tried it. Yeah, I put it on my tongue to see what it tastes like, and it tastes good and it smells nice, but after about a moment or so, it's like, it tastes like iron on my tongue. So between shaving that area, that little V area, you know, so that his tongue can get around without having hair in his mouth, and the lubricant, those were one of the men's biggest complaints. Another complaint that the men were saying as far as the sex goes, women were not creative. Everyone wants to put on the lingerie and stand there and look sexy, but that's as far as it went. He got excited, he got erect, he got some, she thought she did a good thing. So I asked the brothers that I was speaking to, and I was actually in Perdido Keys when I was asking about 13, 14 guys this question. So if you got erect and you got there, what was the problem? And he said, well, I did all the work. So when asking them, well, what were they looking for? And here's a couple of things that some of them said. There was no hip movement. Women, don't lay there. Your hip should be perking up with his hip. Don't make it a habit of being on the bottom. Men will get on top automatically because that's just conditioning, so to speak. But show him it's about him. And the reason I say that, because some women are going, it ain't about him, it's all about me, it's my gift to him. That move that selfish bullshit mentality out your mind. When you show your man it's about him in the bedroom, he gonna take care of you. We're worried about what they're doing out there in the street, and that's because we're not bringing it to the bedroom. Climb on top. There's certain ways that you can do it on top, and I've got it on the website at krrealtalk.com on different positions, and we're going to go into this in different episodes, but I don't want to make this one too long because YouTube may not download it. But women, our men are complaining that we are not doing enough, that they are not impressed anymore with the lingerie because we're using standard lingerie. Find the ones with the stockings that stop with the snap. Find a pair of heels. Please make sure your toes are done. I got an email that says his wife is great in bed, but she never does her toes. My husband told me about my toes one day, and I'm going to tell you, girls, brothers are looking. Most of you women, you already know that, but for those of you who not paying attention, take care of your toes. Another thing is in the sexual category that men were complaining about was insecure women. Women, it doesn't matter what size you are. If you're laying there with him, obviously that size is not really that big of an issue because it ain't how big you are, it's what you do with what you do. And it's not about how small you are, it's how you work it, you know. So that's a touch that I'm going to do on this segment of alum. Women, for you who most of you know what alum is, and men may know, and they're about to be pissed off. If you find alum in your woman's closet, don't be pissed off at her, brothers. She's doing it for you. But women, alum is not just used to pickle cucumbers and vegetables. Alum was actually used back in my great-grandmother's days when the men went off to war. And I'm not telling women to have affairs, but this is what they were using it for back there. They were using it to tighten the vaginal walls so that the men couldn't tell if they had an affair. And that's not why I'm telling you to use this. But I am telling you to tell you this. When you use alum and it tightens you up, it's not going to make you a virgin all over overnight, but it will tighten up the walls. And there's been a discrepancy about that. And like I said, I research everything that I do, and I can tell you for a fact, when you take about a half a teaspoon of alum and you put it in some warm water, distilled water, do not use tap water, use store-bought water, and you douche with it, and you do that at least every 3 months, your husband should be excited. It'll tighten you up. And there's some of you out there right now going, I'm tight enough, honey, my man do not complain. Bullshit. I'm going to say it right like that. Bullshit. He's not complaining because, you know, it's good. But it's not about being good. It's about improving and making it better. Am I right? So, try the alum. You can get it anywhere. I buy it and order it from Everman because I know it's organic. I don't like all this other crap going up I don't like all this other crap. So, I would suggest you get it from more organic place, or like I said, I use Everman. It's a half a teaspoon. Put it in some distilled water or store-bought water. Do not use tap water. Boil it to where it's, you know, warm enough for you to accept, and douche with it once every 3 months. And for those of you, another complaint that men were having is vaginal odor. Yeah, the men don't want to tell you that because they love you, they care about you, but some of us are kind of loud. And it's about your diet. If you are what you eat. If you're drinking a lot of soda and a whole lot of alcohol and a whole lot of beer and women, I'm not going to tell you what to drink and what not to drink, but beer and women and vaginal odor. Try wine. Try red wine. Red wine helps the circulation, helps the blood flow. Juices. Oh, speaking of juices, for the women and the men. Men are talking about women don't like to swallow. Well, if you go to krrealtalk.com, there is an article on is it safe or not to swallow, the whys and why not. So you go to krrealtalk.com and read that article and check it out. But here's a little tip I want to leave you with, and then I'll cut this tape short. Try to stick a lot of fruit into your man, or in you. Try to stick a lot of fruit and fruit juices into your diet. Too much alcohol will make the seminal fluid bitter, and that's both men and women. If your diet is correct, and get ready because some of you may fall and spit out what I'm about to say. For women, if your diet is correct and your body's on point, Your vaginal fluid should smell and taste like a sweet, milky texture. Sweet, milky texture. Not milk out the container, but milk like canned milk, the nice, soft, creamy, white, sweet smelling, and has a sweet ting to it, if you know what I mean. Like a sweet, like if you took lemon and put a little sugar on it, that sweet kind of bitter ting, but not bitter, more sweet than anything. I know y'all are cracking up. I told y'all I was gonna go there. Did you think I was lying? Anyway, and for the men, if you knock down the beer, if you want your woman to go there and stay there, and she shouldn't have to swallow. It's not going to prove a damn thing if she swallows. But at least if you want her to stay there until you finish and then, disperse it out, you need to bring your alcohol level down, because it is the alcohol level that makes it taste so nasty, which is why most women don't want to do it. So you want her to change, you change. Knock out some of your beer. Drink more juice. At least if you're going to drink more juice 2 or 3 days, at least twice a week, have some apple juice. Apple juice, cranberry juice. Orange juice is acidic. We don't really want to deal with that. Apple juice is pretty decent, but cranberry juice and cranberry juice, apple juice. Stay away from things like that. Fruit punch. I don't want to say any names. Have anybody suing me. Fruit punches, which is garbage. But if you want your woman to do certain things for you, you're going to have to improve your body for her to do it. And like I talked to the women about shaving themselves in the V area, men, you can take some of that hair off your testicle area too. No woman wants to go down and try to enjoy herself, and she's got to choke around hair around your testicles. So I'm trying to work it out. I told you I was going to go there. Men, take that hair off your testicles. It's not cute. It's not tasty. The more hair you both, for men and women, it boils down to this. The more hair that you have in your groin area, the more sweat you have. And the more sweat you have, the more odor you're going to have. And that odor is going to be based on your diet. So let's eliminate that by getting rid of the majority of the hair down there. At least, if nothing else, do it before you're getting ready to do something. And if you want to let it grow back all week, let it grow back all week. But men, you're telling me that your women don't like to give you a good oral job, then you might want to get rid of some of that hair so that you smell better. And women, get rid of some of your hair, and both of you take better care of yourself in the fruit department, so that we can stay down there longer. Because if he's doing it right, I'm going to put this out there, a woman should have at least 4 orgasms when she's being eaten. And I'm going to say it just like that. That's right. I'll put you guys on blast. If your woman is not having at least 4 orgasms while you're going down on her, you're doing something wrong. And ladies, if he's doing something wrong, it might be because you didn't do something right. That's the last I'm going to say on that. This is Zelda Hayes, founder of Keeping It Real Online Magazine. You can reach me off over there at www.kirealtalk.com. That's kirealtalk.com. And I'm out. Peace, love. Till the next video. I hope I made you laugh, and I hope you learned something. I'm out. Later.